Yeah, I really am a basement dweller. Any tips for Kirby? You have to. So I'll give you guys some advice when you guys ask for tips. When you ask someone for tips, don't ask, do you have any tips for X character? Because there's like a billion things in this game that I can tell you about a character, right? I mean, in theory, right? So you have to ask more specific questions. Like, how does Kirby kill? What are Kirby's combos? How does Kirby play in neutral? What's Kirby's worst, like, best advantages? What's Kirby's worst disadvantages? What's his bad matchups, his bad stages, etc.? What up, Joni? You gotta try to ask more questions like that because I'm assuming you would want to get a lot better with Kirby, right? So if you just ask how to get tips for Kirby, I'm never gonna know how to exactly give you the information you really need. What if I say, oh yeah, like, this is Kirby's advantages, but you already know Kirby's advantages, so that means I taught you nothing. Heck, when I play with people who aren't as skilled as the game, I feel like I get worse as well. How do I avoid this? Well, to be completely honest with you, Joni the Weeb, I feel like the reason why you're feeling that way is because you have to have a balance. You can't just play people a lot. You just can't play people worse than you. You have to find a balance between playing people slightly better than you, playing people a lot better than you, and playing people worse than you. Playing people worse than you does have its advantages. I think I said this before. It has its advantages simply because when you play people in bracket and you're nervous, you'll know all the bad things that bad players go for, and you won't get upset in pools. And I think that's very, very important. Obviously, you know why play people slightly better than you is good, so that you can get better. And when you play in bracket, you'll be more seasoned than the person you're playing against. So I think one way to get over this is you should try to expand your horizons and try to play new people. Find places that you can play other people. Like, for an example, playing people in my chat. If you want, while you're waiting for to get on the list, you can always just play people in chat. You can join my Discord server. You can join Anthor's Ladder. It has a nice ranking system. And on top of that, you can always try to go to a tournament offline. That will help out a lot too. Worst Kirby's best out of shield options would probably be I would say down tilt out of shield, honestly, for Trip, and up B out of shield. I think those are Kirby's best shield options. Samus combos, I'm gonna be completely honest, I'm not really too versed on Samus to know what combos they have outside of down throw fair and down throw up air. Yeah, I haven't really played much Samus in this game, to be completely honest, and I haven't seen much Samus either. Icy Mist used to be a huge figure for Samus, but since Icy Mist is playing Pokemon Trainer, I actually have no idea. What is auto canceling? Auto canceling is basically a move that's inherently laggy, and if you jump at a certain height, it'll cancel and you won't have lag. For an example would be Fox's up air is actually a great example. So if I jump and I up air, right? If I go like this, he has lag. He has lag because I was showing people. Alright, you saw how I up aired right there and I was immediately able to jump afterward? That's because my up air auto canceled. Normally, as you saw before, I wouldn't have enough lag to do anything to be able to combo. But it canceled by itself. Oh, is Inkling's neutral to whiff punish moves? I feel like whenever I use short hop back air, it gets beat out by a lot of aerials that can stuff me out before I can throw it out. Well, yes, the whole point. Well, as you play any character, you want to whiff punish moves. So, for example, Tris, the best way I can explain is when you short hop back airing, the reason why it's getting beat out by a bunch of moves is because your rhythm has pretty much been found. So what you want to do is you want to retreat with back air, number one. And number two, you want to back air them for throwing out moves, and you want to back air them for poking. So if you're getting back aired first, if you're getting hit first, that means that you've been doing it way too often. You haven't been mixing it up. You haven't been going for grabs afterward or rollers. So that because of the conditioning of back air, so that's why you're getting hit. Would you say it's important to know multiple characters? I think when you're starting out the game and you're not a super high level, I think it's really important to just main one character so you can learn as many fundamentals as you can and you can understand the game properly. And then after that, you know what? Then I think it's good to pick up other characters so you understand the game even more. But I think most people's problems is that they hear playing multiple characters increases fundamentals, and they pretty much play way too many, and then they can't find the main. I think that's the bad thing. How do you consistently get reverse bear? Oh, you mean raw bears? I get it, but when I practice to get it consistently, I ruin and mess up. Sit in the training room and practice just doing raw back air with every single character that can do it, and that might be better. Why is Wolf so safe? They designed him like that in this game. If you fair, you know, with Wolf, if you fair someone's shield, you know that they can't punish it. So like literally, if I'm Wolf, I can fair your shield and spot dodge. And if you throw out a move, I get a free punish. It's good for whiff punishing. I'm very bad at avoiding projectiles when playing this. How do I help that? Well, what projectiles are you having trouble with by any chance? You know what I mean? Are you having trouble with like Samus's charge blast? Because you know you can always just heal that with down B. If you're talking about stuff like boomerang and things like that, Ness is pretty floaty. You pretty much have to just stay on ground. A lot of the reason why Ness would get hit while using projectiles is Ness is a kind of a short hop kind of character. You always want to go for short back air, short fair, short up air. So I can understand why you're getting hit. If you stay more grounded and you parry those things and get in like that, you'll actually have a lot better time with dealing with projectiles. Joshua says, Hackoru, any advice on dealing with tilt? I always end up tilting after a few hours of playing. Well, if you're playing friendlies and you're tilting, that means it's pretty much a mentality thing you have to work on. When you're playing friendlies, you shouldn't be tilting. There shouldn't be things that you shouldn't be getting flustered that bad about it, simply because it's not a tournament. I think you have to change your mindset and how you view friendlies so that you can stop tilting. Like when I'm losing in friendlies, I could be tight, you know what I mean? I'd be like, man, this matchup's hard. But what I do is I'd be like, yo, dude, is there anything else I can do right? Like, what are you punishing me really hard for? You know what I mean? Like, or I'll play games and I'll make sure that on purpose one of the games I just camp for a while and just look at exactly what my opponent is doing and why am I getting hit and what am I losing for. And then afterward, if I do a little bit better, I'm like, all right, word, I'm doing a little bit better. And then I keep looking over and over again, and you keep asking questions. If it's like a matchup thing, then, you know, pretty much I would recommend practicing the matchup, you know what I mean? Going online, going on YouTube, searching whatever the best person is of that character. For example, if you're having problems versus, let's say, Snake, you can look up MVD, Salem, Awa, you know what I mean? You can look up a lot of really good players and go from there, see what are their biggest strengths, Snake's biggest strengths like that, and biggest weaknesses. There's no reason to tilt, in my opinion. There's always something that can be controlled. Yes, dude. At the end of the day, how did someone asked me, how do you get into this? How do you get into mentality then to change that? I mean, you just have to accept that how they get. You know, you have to accept if you want to win. This is what you have to do. You have to stop thinking like this. That's really it. That's how you get into mentality. You have to just accept that that's how life works. List someone. When you can accept that this is the only way you're going to get better as a person and you prioritize learning instead of winning matches and friendlies, that's when you truly can become a better competitor.